Welcome back to part two of WWE Supershow. The rest of the 5 matches I've written down. My last video, check that out if you would. The first 5 matches I'd written down, they weren't in order. Uh, they kind of changed the card match listings on me. So I did the first five. So the first five, I got five out. I got 4 out of 5 right. That's not bad. Not bad. So jump over there and watch that video. Before you watch this one, or vice versa, whatever you prefer. Doesn't matter. Let's jump right in. You know what the deal is? The sixth match I'd written down was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Now, I had Becky Lynch, got it wrong. Technically, I got it wrong. I had Becky getting the win. Technically, it didn't happen. Charlotte got the win after Becky got herself disqualified. Becky was really vicious in this match. I'm really digging her character so far. She had at one point not really in the full disarm her, but had her like her arm bent backwards in this weird move, but was taking her fingers and like the old school like heel would take the fingers and they pull them apart and really make them hurt. She was wrenching on the wrist. But Charlotte had her offense in. Charlotte Flair. Every time that woman, if she looks like she's in pain, like she's gonna cry. If she's gonna cry, looks like she's gonna cry. If she's happy, it looks like she's gonna cry. That girl is constantly having tears. I don't know if she has a tear disorder or what, but that girl constantly has tears coming out of her eyes. It's like hard to almost look at. Both women did put on a very good match. It was for the most part clean, crisp, very entertaining. When Charlotte was going for the figure eight, Becky knew she had no alternative, and she used the never mentioned at all. They never mentioned the fact that there's a champion's advantage. I don't know why they didn't let us in on that little clue that could happen, but Becky got her qualified. Charlotte tried to take her frustrations out and it kind of backfired. She really is kind of morphing into like a Stone Cold esque, probably female. As far as character wise, she's not drinking beer, flipping the bird, or cussing or beating up the boss, which that'd be nice to see. But she's very vicious. She's methodical. She does what she needs to do to win, and she knew that she could retain the title even if she lost by disqualification. That's what she did. At the end of the day, it's all about her keeping that SmackDown Women's Championship around her waist, and she did what she had to do. I'm a fan of this new Becky Lynch. That's why she's getting cheered. That's why she's getting the reactions that she's getting. Because people are finally getting to see Becky the way we wanted to see. It's very entertaining. This match was again up there with one of the best of the night. I talked a little bit of I'll talk a little bit. The next match, was by far again I will nominate for the match of the night, hands down for me. AJ versus Samoa Joe. I even wrote down my notes. Again, as long as AJ's family is involved in this storyline, I will never pick AJ to lose. Not going to happen. And it didn't happen here. Although, at one point in the match, AJ did get his mouth busted. It was bleeding considerably from the mouth. And it took a while, about 5 or so minutes, for them actually to take advantage of the no disqualifications. And tables got introduced, chairs. It was a brutal, I wouldn't say it was the most brutal match they've had. Or even as brutal as, some of the AJ Nakamura matches. I like a line by Steve from Steven Larson on Going in Raw. If there's no qualification, very first, as soon as the bell rings, take to the dick. Why not? Why not? Can't get in trouble for it. It's open. You're not going to expect it. Kick them right in the nether regions. Pretty smart strategy. Didn't see any nut shots. I'm pretty sure that phase of you think pretty much over. Again, I can't talk about the match. I mean, it was a great match, like I expected from them. They have a long history. Why aren't they doing something with the history between these two? I don't get it. This family dynamic thing does not need to be involved. Let me talk. Time out. Let's back up. Let's talk about how on SmackDown, Paige wanted to fire Samoa Joe for ringing AJ Styles' doorbell at his house while AJ was at the SmackDown event. Now, that's a pretty far stretch to want to fire somebody, considering I will give a few examples of it happening just in the Attitude Era of how often this occurred. The whole Brian Pillman's got a gun when Stone Cold broke into his house. You got Triple H breaking into Randy Orton's house. I think Randy Orton broke into Triple H's house. You got, like, Cena invading, well, that's not really the Attitude Era no more, but Cena invading, the Nexus's hotel room. That's pretty much their house when they're staying there. It happens a lot. It's just something we haven't seen in a while. But to go as far as to try to say, I want to fire them and make that part of the storyline, and then AJ say, no, I want to beat him, I want to fight him, for my family's honor, I gotta get him, ooh, I gotta get him. It didn't make sense. But I have taken a peek here and there at Raw and SmackDown. I do think SmackDown is overall the better show, which is weird because their champion always fights in the lower card or the mid card. Give me a flipping break. That's something else I'll talk about in the WrestleMania episode. But that and why? I don't think it happened here. I haven't really paid attention. But it seems like champions are coming out first. And that's kind of disrespectful. I'll get into that in the WrestleMania episode. Again, I don't want this video to go forever long. I can tell you hear myself talk after a while. So bottom line, AJ Samoa Joe, great match. AJ won. With the calf crusher, which seemed like he struggled putting it on Samoa. They did a really good job. And at one point, I will bring this part of which I thought was actually pretty interesting and pretty Samoa Joe injured his knee towards the end of the match, and he's like, I heard it pop, and then the referee's like, are you okay? And he's like, no, I'm fine, get away from me. And at one point, AJ walked up and put his hand on the ref, almost to say, what are you doing? This is no DQ. This is no count out. There has to be a winner. Why are you even checking on this man right now? Let him fight. I'm gonna hurt this man. I'm gonna put him down once and for all. This ends. I don't think it's done, but it's kind of like that Hell in a Cell match. No DQ or anything like that, but can he stop because the guy can't get up. And then they took a half hour nap before all that happened. Anyway, bottom line, AJ, Samoa Joe, great match. Can't wait to the future to see where it goes from here. If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to end in probably a last man standing or some type of cage match or something. So, all right, okay. The next match after that, which ended up, I thought was going to be the main event, but it actually wasn't. Shield versus the Dogs of War. There was rumor that Dean may turn, he might not turn. I picked the Shield. I thought it'd be like fan service just to get the fans, something to cheer for. Very, very brutal match. I wouldn't say brutal. I should say action-packed match. It was very chaotic at points. At one point you had you had Seth, and you had Roman in the middle of the ring, and then Drew, Dolph, and Braun on the ring, and Dean kind of slowly climbed up the apron and was like teasing the turn, and thought, okay, this isn't this obvious. It's not. I did see on somebody's video they had like a screen grab of what looked like Roman about to Superman punch Dean. So before I even actually watched it today, I thought maybe he did turn. I was like, oh great, that's a match I got wrong, but I did get it right. As they did the whole going into the ring together to attack the Shield, Dean jumped in the ring, ran across, and drop kicked Braun back on the floor, and then it did a suicide dive onto him. And then the match fight continued from there. I can't remember the ending of the match. I was preoccupied with something else while trying to watch this. But I think Roman picked up the win. No, 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 no. Uh, Dean hit Dirty Deeds for the win. Kind of more like, just solidifying his place for the Shield. I'm guaranteeing, I'm telling you right now, his turn is inevitable. It's going to happen. I just hope, I kind of milk it for as long as they want. Even though this Shield reunion tour thing they've been doing has not been working out, and it's really, I'm over it. I don't know about you guys, but I personally am over it. I think they're going to fight again. They'll probably fight at Crown Jewel. Just put some stipulation in there. Make it some kind of a stip match. I don't know. Tornado tag. There you go. Tornado tag. Because these guys were all in the ring at the same time, all throughout the match. Just make it a tornado tag. I love tornado tags. Ain't seen one in a while. Could be good. I said, Shield wins just to please the fan. That's what I had written down, and they did win. This one I got wrong. The next one I did get wrong. It was the Bella Twins and Ronda Rousey against the Riot Squad. And Liv Morgan is recovered pretty well from the stiff kicks to Brie. And I want to give my opinion on this. I didn't make a video, and I really wanted to. So just a quick setup. Brie was delivering the yes kicks. I don't know why they feel like when they were tagged, like when her sister was tagging, Cena, and they were doing each other's moves, and now she's, Brie's back, and she's doing Daniel Bryan's moves. Why? And that and Brie mode, just when she screams, I wish one of them just smacked her in the mouth, because one of the females just smacked her in the mouth, because it's annoying. It means nothing. It's a take off the words beast mode, and that's something that a football player started. And it just needs to stop. I don't get it. Anyway, she was doing the yes kicks, and the crowd, getting behind it because it's a Daniel Bryan move. They're cheering. Everybody's having a good time, and she sped up. That was the biggest problem. If you watch Daniel Bryan doing the kicks, it's slow, and he gives the person receiving the kicks time to reset. They can sell and come back to the position they need to be in. They sell and they come back. When Brie first started doing that, Liv would get hit. She would come down to sell like, oh, the chest hurts, and she would come back to get hit again. She would bend down to get, oh, it hurts, and get hit again. Well, as Brie sped up, and this is 100% Brie's fault. I don't care what anybody else says. Look at the tape. It is Brie's fault. She sped up. Maybe she got the crowd the crowd feed into her, get her hyped up a little more than she thought. But she sped up and started doing quicker and quicker, and Liv had no time to reset, didn't even know what the fuck about to hit her in the head. And then, bam, 2 kicks to the head. The first kick, Brie should have stopped. The second kick, I don't know if it was just adrenaline, if it was more likely it was an accident. I will give her this much leeway. It was an accident. She wasn't intending on doing it. I don't think a wrestler genuinely in this era intends on hurting anybody. It's a show, folks. That's it. So do I think she tried to hurt Liv on purpose? No. But that second kick should have never happened. The first kick shouldn't have happened. The sped up kicks shouldn't have happened. But at least there's a slight defense for the kicks and the getting faster and that first kick. For the second one, there is no defense for it. I don't know if she should be fined or suspended or what. Bottom line, she should know better. Or maybe she should go down to developmental, or even go back to Orlando and work out and work the ring rust off. She wasn't great to begin with. She's not one of these legends that can just come back whenever they want, like someone like The Rock or Shawn Michaels or Triple H or The Undertaker and so on and so on and so on, who can come back with them no matter how much time they've had off and deliver like they never missed a day. Do I think she's dangerous to work with? No. We just tell by when she went to hit Liv with a running knee against the ropes, it was a love tap. I any softer and she wouldn't even hit her at all. So she understands she made a mistake, and I think they moved past it. Liv, thank God she's okay. Nothing really serious came out of it. I think concussion. We know concussion can be bad, but it could have been a lot worse. Liv Morgan, actually, you're watching her in the ring. She is improved by leaps and bounds as a competitor in the ring. Sarah Logan is my favorite of the trio. I think she's gorgeous, but that's my opinion. She was really good. I think she would, the way she looks and the way she kind of wrestles, I think she would be good in more of like, I don't know, more of a crazy type role. If you guys remember Daphne in TNA and late WCW, kind of like that, without the screaming, of course. I think they can work going forward when the Riot Squad eventually does break up, as everybody does. No tag team lasts forever, or no faction lasts forever. And Ruby Riot, she's going to be the star. The writing's on the walls. She will be the women's champion, regardless of what brand. She will be the women's champion when they do break up and they pass this trio, because I think until the tag titles come in, they're running out of things for them to do. There's a lot of rinse and repeat. Ronda had a pretty good showing. The Bellas, no one got concussed, so hey, it's an improvement. Um, I didn't I didn't see any yes kicks, so maybe she learned a lesson to kind of remove that from the weaponry. Um, I had the Wyatt Squad winning just basically because kind of get a little revenge for Liv getting hurt. But Ronda got the tap out with a double armbar, and I still say her armbar looks weak. She knows how to do an armbar for real. I think that's why it looks so weak, because if she legitimately did it, she could hurt it. I know. I've been in a few armbars in my day, and they do hurt like a bitch. So, uh, good match. I got it wrong. Now, this next one, I got right, and I got it right down to how it actually worked. So, it was Taker with his brother Kane in his corner against Triple H, Shawn Michaels in his corner. I wrote down Triple H will win to get his win back from WrestleMania. Interference by Shawn setting up the tag match at Crown Jewel. And I was right. It was a great match that two veterans put on. It seemed like as the match progressed, they got more and more gassed. They're not used to working a 20-plus minute match, especially Undertaker. God, I wish he would just retire. Yes, I love seeing him. Yes, I've been a fan of his since 1990 November when he debuted at Survivor Series. Yes, I've been a fan for that long. I like, it's nostalgic when he comes out. But damn it, dude. You've done all you need to do. You have nothing more to do in this business. I know you love it, but damn, dude, it's time to just hang them up. Work with the younger guys. Show them up. Work with Bray Wyatt. Show Bray how, bring Bray in to show him how to be, they try to make him like you, but he's not quite there. Give him a little, hey, Mark to Bray. Just, hey, that's how you need to do it. And I think it would help his career tremendously. But I don't. Your age, man, you've done so much. You've given so much to the fans. There's nothing more you need to give us. We just want you to be able to live the rest of your life happy, healthy, and injury free. With that said, damn good match overall, though. I mean, a lot of nostalgia. There was one scene that was really weird because the ref kind of kept Kane at bay, but he wasn't really paying too much attention to Shawn. The referee was watching Shawn grab a table and start setting it up. And Kane kind of walked and just had this dumbfounded look on his face, like, dude, what do I do, Dawn? What do I do? And Shawn just putting this table up, and the ref's like, tell Kane, hey, get back, man, get back. Let him put the table up, get back. I don't know if it was a no DQ match or what, but they got away with a lot of stuff. The sledgehammer got involved. Shawn was going to eat a pedigree or eat a tombstone. It was didn't see Kane get taken out. I don't know how he wasn't in the finish of this match. I need to rewatch that because it was that damn good of a match. I need to rewatch it and give it, the time that it needs, and to be able to enjoy every nuance of this match because it was good. Damn, this video went over 20 minutes. The finish came with. I'm going right to the finish. We won't talk about anything else. The finish came with Triple H hitting Taker in the head with a sledgehammer. Shawn hitting Sweet Chin Music to Taker. Taker taking. Wow, that's a tongue twister, isn't it? Getting hit by a pedigree. All three, bam, 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 right in succession for Triple H to get his win. I think it's going to set up the tag match, DX versus the Brothers of Destruction for Crown Jewel. Who knows? We have a little bit of time, not much, but a little bit of time. We might see Shawn come up and maybe fight Kane before. I don't know. There's rumors that Shawn Michaels might be making a return to wrestling. I don't dig the bald look. That's really weird. Really weird seeing him completely bald. Before I go, yeah, I do need to mention what the hell was up with Cena's hair. The dude looks like JBL's son. Like, if you put him and JBL in a lineup, and they look almost identical for some reason. It was really weird. It was really distracting. Cut your hair, man. That ain't how you look. Come on now. We know you like that fade look. So, Shawn, grow your hair out a little bit, man. You look weird bald. Women's Evolution. I keep saying this, but I do really believe this time it is the next pay-per-view coming up. They did a lot of advertising for it. So that if my my cohort in crime, Curse Lords Gaming, does not join me for this prediction video, I will do this again. I may come up with a different step. If you guys think of something better, let me know. I will. If I have to do it alone, if I get more wrong than right, I will shave the beard. If I get it more right than wrong, I'll keep it. We'll just keep this going until eventually I got to shave it. Winter's coming, so I won't be predicting to keep the beard because I want to keep some more to my face. So overall, was it a great show? Now, if you consider it like a house show, yeah, it's a great show. Really predictable. Again, not little to no build to a lot of these matches. Pretty much paint by numbers. It was something that I don't know how much you made from this show, but it was something they just threw together, and I mean the fans got a lot of enjoyment. No returns, debuts, or heel turns or face turns like we thought. No double turns like we thought may have happened. I liked it. I'd give it another watch. I need to watch a couple of the matches you could tell because I've seen A and I've seen B, but how we got there is a mystery to me. There's your rhyme for the day. So until then, I will be back probably next week, with Wrestle Rant episode 4, I believe. I know it's been a while since I did one. So until then, this is Mr. Wrestle Rant. Thank you for this journey. Thank you for watching this long. I know this is a long video. That's why I split them. Make sure to double drop that like button for me. Hit the sub button if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it. I've hit 21 subs. I'm just going to keep climbing. So, and share this video with everybody you possibly can. Until then, I will see you guys next week.